Yeah. Okay, I wrote this one Wednesday, memorized it yesterday, so bear with me. I stood in my backyard, examining a new species of rock. My 8-year-old mind was intrigued by this flat figure that laid so daintily on the ground. My thoughts raced thousands of miles above this planet until a call brought them clashing back down. Heather, come inside. My mom's voice shouted, and it sounded shaky, so I decided to leave my new friend and race into the living room. I looked to the side to see my brother sitting next to my sister, everyone feeling awkward as to why this sudden family meeting was called, and nobody was in trouble. Well, my dad's voice started, and the tone in his voice changed from compassion to fear so quickly that my heart skipped a beat. I've been called to go serve in Iraq. The walls themselves gasped as to the sudden chaos that dripped from this man's mouth. The words flooded the room and drowned me in fear. My head was spinning as to this repetitious, vicious cycle that was echoing throughout my skeleton. Iraq, gone, 6 months. Don't worry. And I began to gasp for air because these lungs forgot how to breathe. The knowledge spirit just got up and walked away because it can't comprehend this word called war. The only thing to keep me sane was this thought that I could write this 8-line poem that rhymed, that I could tell him how much I loved him, how much I need him, how much I can't live without him. Then maybe, just maybe, it would persuade him to stay. And the ceiling of my life was collapsing on me, dropping debris on my 8-year-old body, burying me in bricks. So no matter how hard you try to search me, you never find me. Military, active duty, gone. And the bones creaked within the shell of skin that once felt so safe. From just viewing a rock to thinking about my dad and the whole freaking desert. Maybe if I wrote to the army, maybe if I wrote this 8-line poem that rhymed, then maybe they wouldn't steal him from my arms, putting him on a plane with so many other mothers and fathers. Maybe if I told them how much he needs to be here. Maybe if I told them about the hundreds of tears that fell from my eyes, turning cheeks into waterfalls, eroding the light that once kept me innocent. If I told them about the feeling of childhood that they were robbing from me, because every time I saw him stand in those army boots, fingers to his eyebrows and a tight hand salute, it made me weep. And when those same feet stepped into the sands of the Iraqi desert and his hands gripped his MC-16 instead of my hands, it made me empty. Because I knew that my daddy was an American soldier, and it made me grow up at only 8. Every day, I turned on the news just to see if I could catch a glimpse of his smiling face, to only be witness to protesters of war, tripping backwards in a daze because they were telling me that my dad was a baby killer, no good piece of dirt. And all this 8-year-old body wanted to do was write this 8-line poem that rhymed to them, to tell them how absolutely wonderful these soldiers are, to tell them about how he makes all the monsters in my closet disappear, to tell them to switch places with him so they can have something to really complain about. And I can have my Superman back. Iraq, gone. 6 months of my life that I hated and loved because it brought me so much closer to God. Every night praying these 8-line poems that rhymed to protect him, to keep his brothers and sisters in the field safe, to confess to God that I have sinned and punish me, not him, and bring him back to my arms once again, which he did, because God is great to me and my family, but the damage of the political government has already been done. So now, all I want to do is write this 8-line poem that rhymes, 2 lines, time to give back the breath to the walls, to give back the water from my mother's tears, to give back the happiness that left my sister, to give back the joy to my brother's eyes, and to give back that moment in time when a rock seemed so intriguing.